Hello again, everybody, and here's another exciting instalment of my Whenever I Feel Like It vlog series. Now, I wasn't planning on making a video today, but my brother reminded me of something that I thought would be an appropriate topic. In Britain it's Mother's Day this Sunday, and it's Thursday today. I completely forgot. My brother this morning says to me after I wake up, "Have you got my card yet?" And I said, "Oh, is it Mother's Day already? Damn!" So I've come out to buy one and a little something for her. And I thought it would be a good topic to talk about my terrible memory. This isn't, regular memory. This is memory for, dates, numbers, tasks and stuff, which I've been led to aware is a Asperger's thing. So, considering this is something that affects me a lot, I think it would be a good topic for a video. And seems like I have a different drink every video. I'm drinking a Nourishment original chocolate, which is like some sort of chocolate milk full of added nutrients and stuff. And this is one of the I think this is the only thing I've ever seen with an old-fashioned ring pull on it. One that's terrible for litter. Because the cap just comes off. Apologies if my voice sounds weird. I've got a really, really bad cold. I've had a blocked nose since July, which I think I caught something when I was in Florida in June. But my brother started off with something, and it's slowly been making its way through the family, and now it's my turn. I hate having a blocked nose. I think I've had this blocked nose for 8 months now, but now it is just really bad. My sinuses are aching, my nose is running all the time. This is very rich. See if I fit in the cup holder. No, it won't. Have it between my legs. Anyway, memory. For as long as I can remember, I've had a lot of problems recalling things, failing to remember people's birthdays. The only one that I could ever reliably remember was my brother's. Everybody else is, there were more than a few occasions when my mum got quite annoyed because I didn't remember to say happy birthday to her on her birthday. And it's things like that. I can't remember events coming up because it's Mother's Day, and I didn't remember to get anything for her, so I've had to come out today and do it. But it's something that affects a lot of people with Asperger's, from what I've read, and I think that's why one of the things that has been affecting me working is I am quite forgetful. Stuff that I'm interested in, I can recall pretty well. I mean, I can name you the specifications of a whole host of 8-bit computers from the 1980s. I can recall the Julio-Claudian family tree from ancient Rome, even though I haven't studied it since I was 17. But the generally used to stuff is fine, but when it comes to the things that matter, I struggle quite a bit. Like if on a say for example I'm playing a game and it gives you some sort of code or set of coordinates, a lot of people can just look at that, look at the code or the coordinates or whatever it is and remember it. You have to look at it, go through the the letters and numbers in my head, and then I have to keep thinking what it is as I'm going about. I will forget that pretty quickly. It's like I'll look at it and it's like it goes in one eye and out the back of my head. Which is really frustrating. Like, say for example on Assassin's Creed Black Flag or Rogue, which came out on Wednesday, and I finished it. No, it was Tuesday. Came out on Tuesday, and I finished it last night. Not very long. So you've got a treasure map, and it's got the coordinates of where the treasure's buried. So I look at the map, see the coordinates, and then if I can't find it by sight, I look on the in-game maps till the coordinates match up. And it's like I'm constantly switching between the treasure map and the game on the moment, because I literally just cannot remember this set of coordinates. Going back and forth. Last night I was doing one, and it maybe took me 10 minutes of going back and forth between the maps before I finally found it, because I literally can't remember these damn things. And it makes habit forming very hard as well. I know it's something that I've been doing for years and years and years, but showering is a big thing that I have trouble remembering. I have to put reminders on my phone, because otherwise, I'll be, involved in something and I'll forget. And if my parents don't remind me, then it will just completely slip my mind and I'll carry on whatever I'm doing. It's a similar thing with eating, though that's not necessarily me it could be me forgetting to eat, because I'm not hungry. There are lots of things that just completely slip my mind, and I don't remember them, go past the time that I'm supposed to be doing them. I have to make a point of remembering to do it again at some point. But yeah, habit forming very hard. There's been aspects of some of the jobs that I've had to do. My second job was working for a company in Heathrow, literally just over the road from the runway. At the end of every night, I was supposed to take the backup tape down to the basement and swap out the previous tape with the new one, and then bring up the old one, and put it in the tape storage cupboard. I will admit that sometimes I forgot to do that, so I ended up just overwriting the previous tape. Yeah. Thankfully nobody found out. Yeah, and some things because of the way my brain works. Some things literally just don't occur to me. Like last time I came up here and made a video, I stopped off at the supermarket as I always do. You know, get myself something to drink, and last time I got the cigars. And I come home, and Mum says, "Why was your car moved?" Yesterday I went out to Asda. I wanted to film a video because I didn't get to do it last time I went to the job centre because you drove me up. And she said, "Well, why didn't you tell me you were going? You could have bought me something." And I'm sitting there thinking, God, this literally didn't occur to me. It's not like I'm intentionally forgetting things or not doing things. I mean, my mum, often gets annoyed because sometimes I think sometimes that she thinks I, either do it on purpose or don't care. But it's, not that I don't care. It's that it doesn't occur to me to do these things. So whether I'm out asking if ringing somebody and asking them if they need it, offering to help people, saying thank you sometimes, I forget to do, and if I forget to say thank you, my mum reminds me to say thank you, like you would, sometimes like you would have, like she would remind me if I was still a child, and it can be a bit patronising at times, but I can understand where she's coming from. It's frustrating that I don't remember, to do these things when, of course, an average person, you probably wouldn't forget to do these things, but as has been established, I'm not a normal person. I'm not neurotypical, as it's known in the autism community. I am atypical. My forgetting to do things has gotten me into trouble. Jobs in the past, I've forgotten to do something that my boss has picked up on. He's had a go at me for it, of course, not knowing about the Asperger's and all of that, and I do think I frustrate my bosses a lot for that kind of thing, but unfortunately I can't help it, and it's it's like you forget too many times and they just want to wash their hands of you. Of course, it's understandable. I mean, who wants an employee who forgets stuff? It's terrible with customers, and isn't exactly great with socialising. A bit of a recluse and all of that. But I mean, it's frustrating that people won't work with me with this. But on the other hand, I understand why they have a problem with it, and if I was an employee, of course, I would want a perfect employee, and I understand not wanting the hassle of having an employee with Asperger's, from the employer's standpoint. So, I sympathise with them on that, but I still need the job. But I got my personal independence claim form in the post today. It's pretty thick. I don't know how many dozens of pages it's got in there, but it's probably going to take me a while to fill out. But hopefully something positive will come out of that, and I won't have to worry so much about finding work because I'll have the disability and living allowance thing being paid. Yeah. If there's anything that anybody wants me to, talk about, or questions that they have that they'd like me to address in another video, by all means leave a comment and ask your questions and say what topics you'd like me to talk about. I'm quite happy to talk about mostly anything, but if there's something that I don't want to do a video about, I'll just tell you. There's probably lots of things that I could talk about, relationships, friendships, like, what things were like at school, what my online life is like, and stuff. I could probably go on for quite a while talking about those things if people are interested in them. A bit of a random tangent, but I imagine the people in the UK who watch my videos know about the whole brouhaha with Jeremy Clarkson right now, and all of the stuff that he's done in the past and got warnings for, and now he's been suspended for a pop at one of the producers because apparently they didn't put on food for them at the end of the shoot. Of course we don't know all the details of that, but I'm pretty sure that there were sort of extreme circumstances, and that was why he reacted so violently, if indeed he did hit him. But he's a very controversial character. He's said and done a lot of things that have pissed people off, offended them, etc. And when they had the Top Gear Burma special, even though it was scripted, they still had a go at Jeremy because he was the one saying it. Apologies if this is offensive to anybody watching, but they built a bridge over this river, and after they drove their cars over, they were lorries really. They looked over on the bridge, and the bridge had a bit of a kink in it, a lean. And there also happened to be a local gentleman crossing the bridge, and the BBC tried to be a little bit funny and have a double entendre. Well, I don't say the BBC, the producers of Top Gear. It was scripted that Jeremy would look across the bridge when this gentleman was on it and say, I can't believe we've built this. There's only one. It's got a slope on it. And Hammond, standing next to him, looks over it, and he looks at the bridge and says, yeah, you're definitely right there. And it was supposed to be because the bridge wasn't perfectly level, and though the producers weren't aware of it being offensive, slope, though I'd never heard it before then myself, it's apparently a term for people of East Asian descent, and some people wrote into the BBC and complained about it being offensive. And I'd never even heard the word before used in that context, but the producers didn't know it was offensive, and they apologised for it. But of course Jeremy gets the flack for it because he was the one who said it. There was a previous occasion apparently some journalists had gotten hold of some some footage from a recorded from Top Gear recording, where Jeremy Clarkson used where they claim they used a racial slur. Now, I haven't seen the video, I've just read what people have said about it, and again, I believe it was scripted, and he was doing a slightly different rendition of Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo, instead of saying tiger, which is what I used to say as a child. He said what I believe from reading stuff about it at the time. He said, "Catcher, no, by his toe," which the person who watched the video swore blind. He'd said the N-word, and they called on him to be sacked. And it's what, if you actually, this is a video that never aired. This is something that, as far as I'm aware, was scripted, and Clarkson had actually, after he'd done it, he said, "Actually, no, I'm not comfortable with this, can you please cut it out?" So, he didn't want it to be done, yet he's still got a load of crap for it. And as a result of all of that, apparently the BBC gave him a final warning, and if he said or did anything offensive ever again, he would get sacked. Which I think is a bit harsh, because if it was indeed only no, that's what he said, then of course that's obviously not a slur. And he said that he didn't want it to be broadcast. He said, "Can you remove it?" So obviously, he didn't like it. And even saying something even that could be even remotely construed as a racial slur, he didn't want to say. So I do think that he's a bit of a victim there, because someone who doesn't like him already has sort of jumped on him, if you know what I mean. I'm not sure what's going to happen as a result of this recent thing. The last 3 episodes of this series of Top Gear have been cancelled. And it's entirely possible that if, as a result of the investigations, that the BBC decides to sack Clarkson, that Top Gear will just finish, because it's not really Top Gear without Clarkson. Sure, the other 2 guys, they're an integral part of the team, and it wouldn't be the same without them, but Clarkson is Top Gear. He's been doing Top Gear since 1988. The series got cancelled in 1998, I think. And back then it was just a regular car review show where they would take out run-of-the-mill cars and do road tests of them, and they would do special segments, or it would be what's the best used car you can buy for under £2,000 type thing, which I used to love watching as a child. And then they brought it back in 2002 in a different format, with where they were the cars that they were reviewing were supercars, and the sort of things that you and I wouldn't be able to buy. Which it's fun to watch, and people obviously love it, but to be honest, I long for the days of old Top Gear when they would just review, average everyday cars all the time. Sure, they would do it occasionally, but it was the exception rather than the rule with the new format series. Though the challenges I really loved. I loved, the producer gave them £1,000. You have to go out and buy a car, complete challenges with it and stuff, and maybe customise it in order to do a specific task. Those were always lots of fun, and I will miss them if Top Gear gets cancelled. I've kind of become a bit disillusioned with it, recently, because it's just so many supercars. I mean, I'm not into sports cars at all, which is why I've got this, which is a a luxury saloon, or sedan to you Americans. I'm not into Ferraris, Porsches, Lamborghinis, etc., etc. I don't even like BMWs. So my interest in Top Gear has waned recently. So though I would be sorry to see it go, it's not like I would be particularly, it wouldn't be the end of the world, because it's no longer the same. I have a bit of a weird taste in cars. I like really old stuff, obviously. I like these big saloons, but I also like average cars. I mean, I hate little cars as well, but there's something oddly appealing about the Dacia Sandero. I've read reviews, I've watched videos of it, and it's a very interesting thing. I mean, it's the cheapest car available in Britain right now. It's under £6,000, and someone who reviewed it made a very good point. It's a car that's priced like a car from the 90s, and in some respects also built like a car from the 90s. Wind up windows. The base model doesn't come with a stereo. You don't have no alarm, a standard, all sorts of stuff. And for some reason that appeals to me. I don't know why, because I normally hate that kind of car. But something about the the base model Dacia Sandero just. Yeah. I also like the Proton Gen 2. I mean, it doesn't really compare with the offerings from Europe and Japan, but again, I find it oddly appealing. It's a mid-sized sort of family saloon, hatchback type thing, but. What am I doing? I'm sitting here talking about random bloody cars. I did this video because I wanted to talk about my memory problems, and then I run out of stuff to talk about with my memory problems. This is why I should always plan my videos ahead, so I know what I'm going to talk about, instead of going off on random tangents about things that people don't care about. I'm trying to think of something relevant I can say about my life, rather than just talking about something random. Okay, so I've decided what I want to talk about now, but because it's a subject that could go on for quite a while, I'm going to make it into a separate video. So this is the end of my first video, and I'm going to record the second video in a moment. Hopefully I'll be able to upload it today, but if not, it will be up tomorrow. Anyway, until we meet again, be seeing you.